For some people, it might seem like I'm still pretty young, right? But the truth is 30 is just around the corner, and that sparked a lot of reflection for me in recent years. My perspectives have shifted quite a bit, and I thought it would be important to share some of those thoughts with you. This video is really like a conversation with myself, a sincere talk I'd have with my younger self, almost like advice from a friend. If you're around my age or even older, I'd love to know, what are some of your regrets? Do we have anything in common? And just to be clear, when I talk about regrets, I'm not referring to things I wish I could undo or erase. It's not that kind of lament, you know? Because in the end, all of it has shaped who I am today. My goal here is to share lessons and maybe spark some inspiration or reflection for you. First habit, valuing your appearance. When I was younger, taking care of my appearance seemed like a huge waste of time, you know? Fixing my hair, picking out clothes carefully, or worrying about small details just wasn't part of my routine. To be honest, I thought it was superficial, maybe even unnecessary. That mindset stuck with me for years, but everything changed when I started seeing myself more often in the videos I was making. After spending hours editing and watching myself on screen, I began noticing things that had never bothered me before. The truth is, I rarely even looked in the mirror, and because of that, I didn't realize how much it was affecting my self-esteem. Today I understand that taking care of your appearance isn't just about how others see you, it's about how you feel about yourself. When I started putting more effort into my appearance, paying attention to details, and really looking at myself, my confidence grew immensely. And taking care of yourself doesn't have to be complicated, you know? It's the little things, being well-groomed, wearing clean, neat clothes, and even choosing a scent you like. These small steps make a big difference in how we face the world, and, of course, how the world sees us. That's why I'm more mindful about these details now. Speaking of which, this shirt I'm wearing is from Insider, which, besides being practical, is perfect for anyone who values comfort and durability. It doesn't wrinkle on your body, doesn't fade, and is a great example of how small choices in what we wear can save us time and still make us feel great. I wish I had understood this earlier, because during my teenage years, it might have helped me improve my relationship with myself and boost my confidence in everyday life. Second habit, cultivating the habit of exercising. Back in 2014, when I served in the military, my schedule was absolute chaos. I was balancing my service duties, work, college, and a relationship all at once. It was so intense that it felt like I barely had time to breathe. So, when my time in the military ended, I decided I deserved a break. I planned to take just 1 year to relax, but that year ended up lasting much longer than I anticipated. During that time, exercise, which already felt like a heavy obligation, completely disappeared from my life. I spent years being sedentary, and the consequences quickly caught up with me. My health declined, my energy dropped, and along with it, my self-esteem. It wasn't until I decided to turn things around that I realized how much my inactivity was harming me. The process, though, wasn't easy. Making exercise a regular part of my life, and even something I genuinely enjoyed, took a lot of time. But little by little, I started seeing it differently. Today, exercising is the best part of my day, a true escape amidst all the hustle. If I could give advice to my younger self, it would be, you don't need to become an athlete or exhaust yourself at the gym. Just move, do something, anything, but don't stay completely inactive, because the benefits go far beyond physical health. Taking care of your body has a direct impact on your mind. It brings clarity, reduces stress, and, most importantly, reinforces the idea that you're investing in yourself. And that, without a doubt, is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. Third habit, building the habit of saving money. One of my biggest regrets is not starting to save money while I still lived with my parents. Back then, even though I was helping with household expenses, my costs were far lower than they are today. I had a golden opportunity in front of me, and honestly, I didn't see it. If I had saved even just $10 a month consistently, today I'd have a safety net that could have helped me through several tough moments I faced later on. If you live with your parents and have any source of income, my advice is, start now. Set aside a fixed amount each month, no matter how small, and commit to it. Let that money grow in a simple investment or even in a savings account. But most importantly, don't touch it. It's not about the amount itself, but about building the habit early on. It's amazing how small, consistent savings can turn into significant achievements over time. I only understood the importance of having a financial cushion later in life, and honestly, it would have made a huge difference in so many stages of my journey. So, if I could go back in time, I'd tell my younger self, don't underestimate the power of starting small. That savings will give you security and freedom to face the future with more peace of mind. Fourth habit, the power of learning to say no. For a long time, I hurt myself by not knowing how to say no. I'd take on jobs I knew weren't right for me, do favors I didn't want to do, and end up overwhelmed. All of this stemmed from a constant desire to please others, even if it came at the cost of my own peace or energy. And let me tell you, that's not sustainable. Learning to say no has been one of the biggest lessons of my life. There's an interesting concept called the pain of action and the pain of inaction. The pain of action is that immediate discomfort you feel when you decline something, like saying no to someone. It can be tough in the moment, but it passes quickly. The pain of inaction, on the other hand, when you say yes against your will, lingers much longer and can leave scars that last for a long time. Understanding this made me realize that saying no isn't selfish. It's about setting boundaries and valuing yourself. It's not about becoming a difficult person, but finding a healthy balance between helping others and taking care of yourself. Because in the end, you can't give your best to anyone if you're not okay with yourself. Nowadays, before I say yes to something, I ask myself, is this really something I want or can do right now? If the answer is no, I simply say it, with respect, but also with firmness. And let me tell you, it's been life-changing.